What's up? It's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. I am starting a probably kind of lengthy for me, hopefully not for you, studio vlog. It is currently the middle of November and I'm gonna start working on some holiday projects, some gift things, just like fun stuff that I want to be able to share with you that by the time this comes out will probably already be gone from my house, so I wanted to start it now. Currently on the table I am working on a couple of things for other videos. I am doing, if you saw last year, I'll try to remember to stick it up in the cards, but last year at this time I started at the college where I work a event where our library at school, the librarians knit and crochet, and so they have an event every semester where they invite people to come hang out in the library a few times a semester and learn to knit and crochet. So we teamed up and we're doing this event called Warm Wishes where we knit and crochet, and I think this year I have somebody that wants to sew some items and we donate them to a local business who gives them away for free throughout the winter to anybody who needs something warm to wear. So I made a video last year where I focused solely on that to see how many things I could make in a month for it. I'm definitely not able to do quite as much this year, but I am still working on that. So I've got some beanies I finished up, actually for a video that's coming out in January, but I need to weave in the ends on these, and a scarf I finished, and I'm making, my friends and I do they call it Dirty Santa, but it's like white elephant, rob your neighbor kind of thing every year around the holidays, and I always like to make something. So this year I'm making, like, I don't know what these are called. I was trying to look up a picture. It's kind of like a poncho, but it's like a rectangle and then it's split in the front, so it's like a big shawl. So I'm gonna make that with a matching hat. So I've started working on that a little bit today, and then my holiday projects. So I'm just gonna be, I also have left over one Halloween item. I was making a bunch of these, I call them marshmallow pets. They're like these little plushies I make. And the one is a ghost with a witch hat, and I was selling these around Halloween, and my uncle messaged me and said he wanted one, but he was like, you know, I'm not going to need it till next year, so you can just bring it when you come home for Christmas. So I do need to finish this at some point to bring to him in December. But yeah, I'm just gonna chill out. I just got out of the shower, kind of having like it's a cozy rainy day all day, so I'm just gonna hang out and make some stuff. Okay, so it's been a couple of days since I started. I've got progress done on quite a few things. This video is going to come out after the holiday stuff, so I feel like I can show you, and if you want to see the process of these, or the patterns for these, you can go watch that video. I finished a little hot cocoa keychain. I was so happy with it. It's so cute. I was actually, when I sketched it, I don't know why I wasn't thinking marshmallows, because I love hot chocolate, and I had drawn the sketch with whipped cream, and I was just kind of like, oh yeah, whatever. And then when I told the guy I was doing it, he was just like, oh, are you gonna put little marshmallows in it? And I was like, genius. So yeah, I'm so happy with how it turned out. I've got a little like Christmas backpack I'm going to use as my purse and put this little guy on it. So that's done. I've got some progress on the next thing for the holiday videos. I'm making like a little present, like a little plushie one out of sparkly velvet. So I'm working on squares for that. more progress on, very slow progress on this wrap top that I'm making. I started a white scarf, and I think that's about it. So I'm gonna just kind of keep jumping back and forth working on all this stuff for the rest of the night. I got probably a couple hours before I call it a day, so just gonna, I'm watching Julie and Solomita play Life is Strange, so I'm gonna keep working on that for a while. Okay, so it's been a little bit, I think, since I last checked in, a few days at least. I had a crazy busy week last week at work. So it is now the weekend. I'm getting things done. I was working a lot last night too on this stuff. I am currently doing what I call whip switching. If you've seen, or I guess if you haven't seen, I'll stick those in the cards. I have a couple of videos where I did it as like a challenge. I'm not doing a challenge this time, I'm just doing it casually, but basically when I have multiple projects that I'm working on that are all kind of long or taking a while, I will, just to keep it interesting and keep myself motivated, switch projects every time I start a new YouTube video or an episode of something or a chapter of a book if I'm reading or listening to it. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm currently working on, I have not made much progress since the last time you saw me, this scarf for the charity event I'm doing at work. It technically ended yesterday, but I have a couple students that are finishing up projects that I told them I'm not taking the stuff in until like early December. So I'm still working on things for it too. I have a very small pile of yarn that I would like to use up for this. If I don't, obviously that's fine, but so I'm working on this scarf. I just finished for the holiday projects video. The lighting is so bad you cannot see this guy's face. He's kind of in shadow, but he's got eyes and a little felt mouth I glued on. It's much more visible in person, but this is my little plush present for the white elephant gift that I mentioned. So this is the start of the shawl poncho thing. I've gotten a lot done on it in the last couple of days. I want to do this with like a matching hat. So luckily the semester is winding down, so I will have more time to work on this stuff, because once we have our last couple weeks of school, I don't have to be at work every day during final exam period, blah blah blah. So I will have more time, but some deadlines for videos and gifts are fast approaching, so I'm gonna get back to work, and I'll check in with you a little bit later. Alright, so it is Sunday afternoon. I haven't been filming a lot this weekend because I have been working very hard. I have a couple goals for things I want to finish this weekend. So I did finish the white ribbed scarf that I was working on, and I have now started the matching beanie. I'm working on, I'll give you a little sneak preview, another one of my holiday projects. That's the one I'm hoping to finish today. And then what I'm working on right now, the skein is turning into a big knot, but this is my progress on the shawl I'm making. So still jumping back and forth. I've got a nice little setup here where everything is sort of like lined next to each other, so I can just kind of like move from thing to thing as I feel like working on it. So I'm probably gonna work on this a little bit more and then go take a lunch break, and I'll check back in later. Little update. Oh, there's one more. I finished off this little kids beanie. This is actually color blocked. I do that a lot with like scrap yarn hats. Like that's such a perfect way to like be able to use up little bits of yarn. There's so many little ends on this that I missed. Keep getting distracted. Yeah, so this like child-size beanie, and then I just finished this white ribbed beanie as well. Both of these are for the charity thing that we're doing at my work. Technically that event has ended, but it's Thanksgiving week. It is Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving today, and school is closed, so I'm not gonna be going to drop this stuff off until next week anyway, so I've got time to finish them up. I've got one more beanie started that I'm gonna do for that before I call that stuff done. As far as the shawl, I don't really have much progress on that yet from what you've already seen. Just trying to dwindle down the projects a little bit today. Yeah, it's pretty cold outside. I'm just gonna take it easy today and just kind of like be cozy and try to work through some stuff. So I wanted to show you the final roundup of things I made for the charity event we're doing at work, or we did at work. Some of these I still have to finish off. These are the ones you saw. This pink hat, white beanie, white scarf. This beanie, blue scarf. These I finished beforehand, I think before I started filming. This pastel color block scarf. This tri-tone beanie. This cat beanie. This pink one. I do have some leftovers from my last market too, like a couple of hats and a scarf I think that I'm going to include in this. And then while I was at work, did another blue scarf, matching hat, this little kid's hat, this berry pink beanie, And then I finished this one today, but I haven't cinched the top yet. So I have to finish that up, weaving all the ends, and then in a couple of days I'm gonna go donate all of this, which is very exciting. I am also trying to kind of get in gear. It is now December 3rd, and we're doing our like white elephant gift exchange on the 12th. I think this is finally getting long enough. So I'm doing the back, and when it gets long enough, I'm going to split it down the middle to do the 2 front panels. So I am trying to get to a point with this tonight where I can just do this like white part where it's very easy peasy, because I am planning to go see Wicked tomorrow and I want to bring a project with me, and this part with like the alpine stitch and the color changing is too complicated to do in the dark. So it's like 7:30, 8-ish. Yeah, 7:30. So I might be able to get through this part tonight. So that's what we're working on. Okay, so it is quite a bit later in the evening. I saw the movie. It was so good. I've actually never seen Wicked the musical. I've heard most of the soundtrack, and I know like the basics of the story, but I thought it was so good, and I had an absolute blast. If you haven't seen, I think in my previous crochet vlog it was like the first time that I tried crocheting in a movie, and I said like it's not gonna be something I do every single time, but it's really fun. So I got this entire white part done while I was there. That is as far as I need to go. I need to now switch colors. So this is kind of, it's still really like hard to show you what it is. So this side I'm gonna do separately and leave like a little bit of a gap that drapes over your shoulders. I think what I'm gonna do, oh, I know I pulled out a stitch. This vlog has been going on very long, so I think I'm probably gonna end it here. I will put up a photo of this and the matching hat when it's finished, just so that you can see it when it's done. So thanks for coming along with me. I think it's probably been like a week and a half, 2 weeks now that I've been working on filming this, but that's okay. I really appreciate you hanging out. If you like this video and you want to see more from me, feel free to subscribe. I post videos 2 to 3 times a month. I do crochet tutorials, vlogs, all kinds, like other videos too. I've been very heavy on the crochet for like the last 6 months, and I do enjoy it, but I have some bigger projects that are going to require me to slow down with that in the new year, but I'm very excited for them. So stay tuned. Feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell and all that stuff if you want to stay up to date. Thank you so much for watching this one, and I'll see you next time.